everyone, I'm Samira and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a cheap versus expensive art supply challenge. I'm going to be using two brands of oil pastels today. For the cheaper version, I'm going to be using the 15 rupees Camel Junior Oil Pastel set, and for the expensive version, I'm going to be using the Mungyo Gallery Artist Soft Oil Pastels. Make sure you watch the video till the end because you are up for a shocking surprise. Alright, let's get started. I started off with a dark blue on the top and I wanted to create a gradient in the sky because a monotonous color doesn't really look good. So for the gradient I've used dark blue and then light blue and then white at the bottom, and for the bottom part I have left the white space as it is. As you can see, the Camel Oil Pastels have a lot of residue while I'm working with them. I had to constantly put off that residue and come back and work on my painting. It was really annoying, it was hindering my work, but I have done my best to make good use of these pastels and get the effect that I was trying to get. Also, it's been a long time, maybe almost 2 years since I've ever touched these oil pastels, and it is kind of nostalgic for me because this is where I started my whole art journey on YouTube. For the mountains, I have used the color brown. On top of it, I used the color dark blue once again. Now these are just the basic colors that come in that 12 shade palette, and so the color names are also pretty basic. Since I wanted my mountains to be very blurred and distant, I have topped it off with the white oil pastel. For the grass at the distance, I've used varied shades of green, black, brown and white. The color that I've used here on the foreground is called Buff, whereas it's called Yellow Ochre in the Mungyo Gallery set. Actually, this is where I was surprised by the Camel Oil Pastels because initially they don't blend, but once I have saturated the paper with enough pastel and then I layer it up with further pastel, then it blends. And that's what happened with the brown and the buff color over here. I could blend it pretty well on the foreground and I was surprised myself. As for the cactus, again, since it was a smaller area, I again had problem with the blending, but when working on larger areas and when working with darker colors, these pastels were working pretty well. Only few colors were not as good, like the white was not working good, but the shades of yellows and browns were working pretty good as seen from the painting here. However, I don't think I will stop with this. Since I've worked on smaller squares and with a smaller range of shades over here, it is not an exact accurate judgment to compare two different brands. So I'm going to be doing a part 2 of this video very soon, where I'll take a larger surface area for the painting and I'll be working with a variety of colors with limited shades, which means I'll be using only 12 shades of the Camel Oil Pastels and only 12 shades of the Mungyo Oil Pastels, and then we'll see how well they blend to mix the colors and to bring out new colors. Do you like the idea, guys? Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. For the cactus, I wanted the color olive green, but since I did not have the color olive green, I had to use a mixture of brown and green in the right proportion to get the green that I wanted to. So here I've mixed the color dark green with a slight use of brown to get the color olive green. and along the edges I used the color brown again to give the shadow. Well, that is all with the first painting using Camel Oil Pastels. Now let's move on to my favorite brand ever, the Mungyo Oil Pastels. However, I don't want to be biased over here. I'm going to be using the exact same shades that I've used for the Camel Oil Pastels. If you can see, there is no residue at all, and which is why I love using these oil pastels, because the whole process of art using these colors is so soothing and it is so satisfying. No matter how the painting turns out to be, the experience is blissful. Although I like the Mungyo oil pastels, I find Crepas to be doing a better job in bringing out the colors once blended. Here's where I've done a small mistake. I've used the color dark brown a little more than required. I forgot that these pastels are very pigmented and creamy, which is the reason we have to limit the amount of dark colors we use while we are going for a lighter gradient. And it took me a lot of time to match it with the picture on the left, that is to bring more of yellows and less of dark brown, because the brown over here was too much compared to the yellow. And no matter how much yellow I was using on top, the dark brown was literally drinking all of that yellow like a vampire. It was sucking that yellow and bringing out its true color once again, making the whole picture dull and boring. So I've worked quite a lot on the right side of the painting. And the best part is that since these colors blend really well, it was not an issue for me to layer the colors and blend it once again. flowers on top of the cacti, I have used white oil pastel. As you can see, the flowers are very prominent on the right side picture than on the left, because the white oil pastel was really hard and difficult to use in the Camel brand, and hence I was not able to get that color over there. To give those vertical strokes of the glass blades, I have used the scraping tool that came with the Camel oil pastels for both of the paintings, and that literally changed the way the painting looked, because this made the grass look more realistic. Here's the close-up of both of the paintings together. Let me know what you think about them in the comments down below. I am absolutely surprised with the similarity between the two paintings, but although it is very obvious that the right side painting has a smooth texture, it has blended well, it has a sort of a depth in it, and it looks a little more professional, but the Camel oil pastels have surprised me. I haven't expected this similarity between these two paintings. When one looks closely at the two paintings, it is very easy to distinguish between both of them, because the Camel oil pastel painting has a rough texture and it has more of that scratchy texture, while the Mungyo painting looks more smoother, it looks more toned. But other than that, I would say on a larger picture, they both look quite convincing to me. What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more of these art challenges, give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out my upcoming videos. Also, do press the bell icon for the notifications so that you will be notified as soon as I upload a new video. Alright guys, I'll see you next week with another video. Bye bye.